Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to VetVet865. If this is your first time coming to the channel, hit that subscribe button and like this video. Today I'm going to bring you my 1962 Belair Bubble Top 40924 4-speed car. It's been in my family since 1987. My dad was running around with a friend of his looking to go, actually they're heading down to Georgia from West Virginia to look at a GTO. And on the way down there, they passed this garage, and out the back of the well, it was a barn really, and at the back of the barn was the rear end of this 1962 Belair. Well, they didn't know what it was. I mean, they knew it was a 62 from the taillights and the rear end of the car, and they decided that once they go and they looked at that GTO that they was going to swing back by and take a look at this car. Well, they went down to Georgia, didn't end up liking the GTO, come back through, stopped. And the car was black at the time, so when they went up to the garage or the barn, he walked in and they seen the roof line on the car they couldn't see from when they were driving by, and they realized it was a bubble top car. And my dad told me as he walked down the side, he seen the 409 badges on the fenders, and he thought there's no way this is a 409 car, a bubble top 409 car. Looked in the window, saw the 4-speed transmission, about died. So he went up to the door, knocked on the door, and asked the gentleman if he would like to sell the car. And he said no, it wasn't for sale. So my dad told him he had this big knot of money in a little bank bag in his jacket. And he pulled it out. He said, well, he said, I've got this money right here. He said, and it's going to buy a car, whether it's this car or another car. He said, so let me leave you my number. And so he did. He left him his number and come back. The guy called him later and told him he decided he was going to let it go. So he drove up there and purchased the car for $5,000 back in 1987, and that's how long it's been in our family. And we spent a lot of time, my dad and I, restoring the car, and we got it done. I was going through school and high school, and just as I left to join the military, he finished it. Actually, he finished it while I was in boot camp. So this car was done in 1998. So it's an old restoration. It's about 21 years old now, and it shows. It's been a driver car. We've not trailered it or anything like that. It's been all over the place, driven everywhere it's went. Many good guy shows in Charlotte and stuff like that. Been around the racetrack at Charlotte. And so it's been a good car. Like I said, it's been in the family a long time. I believe it was back in 2011. My dad decided that well, he's had some health issues, and he was no longer able to drive a manual transmission car. So rather than it just sitting, he decided he wanted to pass it on to me. So I took possession of it back in 2011 or 2012. Then I felt bad, obviously, that it was, you know, he put his heart and soul in this car, and I was sad he didn't have anything anymore. So I had a 68 Camaro at the time, and I know he liked my car, and so I found a 68 Camaro automatic 383 car. Did a little bit of restoration to it, nothing crazy, just bolt-ons and, you know, spruced it up a little bit, and ended up driving it to him on a trailer. And he loved it, loved the car. And actually my mom still has it now. My dad passed away in 2015. He wanted the car back. He told me when he gave it to me he wanted it in his funeral, and I said absolutely. So when he passed away in 2015, I drove the car back from Knoxville back up to Bridgeport, West Virginia, and the car was in his funeral like he wanted, along with a bunch of other his car buddies that joined in a procession. It was pretty special. But I didn't really have anywhere else to store the car back here in Knoxville at the time. I had a smaller house and didn't have enough room. So I ended up leaving the car at my mom's in West Virginia for several years. And we're able to get her to talk her into moving down here to be around me. So she moved down last year, and I brought this car and her Camaro back. Her Camaro's at her house, and I'll do a video of it too. Yeah, 62's been back home for about 2 years, year and a half, 2 years now. So I'm just going to do a little video of it and let you guys see it. It's filthy dirty. It's been sitting in the garage. I just started up for the first time in about 6 months, so it's pretty filthy. I'll take you and walk around and show it to you. First I'll start it up and let you hear it. Alright, let's take a little walk around of it. Like I said, it's an older restoration. It shows. The interior is pretty cool. And when we restored it, we made it go back to the original. He wanted everything original on the car. So, turquoise interior, according to the code. And ermine white is what it's called. If those of you are not familiar with the 62 bubble top and what that means, well, basically it was a 61 roof line on a 1961 car. They only made 600 of them, and this is one, so there's not many left. The 409 engine, 409 horse, 2.4 barrels. It's my other car club, Summer Night Cruisers. I started that club in 2007 or 8. A couple of stickers of things that Dad did. Like I said, this was a driver car. He drove it everywhere. It never got trailered or anything like that. Well, that's her. I do want to take and put wheels and tires on this car, make it a little bit more modern, lower it. So that'll be the next thing I do. Of course, I won't do anything that can't be undone. So I'll keep the wheels and tires and all that stuff, but we're going to run her up and make it look a little bit more modern here before too long. That'll probably be the next thing I do after I get the last couple finishing touches of the Corvette stuff I want to do this year or this winter. So again, this is it. I'll be doing my Corvette soon. So thanks guys for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and we'll see you next time. Take care.